Welcome back to Zachus. I'm so glad you joined me for another video. This is a really important video for a lot of you guys. How to avoid cancellations with your airlines. How to make sure you're okay if they do cancel or it's delayed. That is what this video is all about. I'm here to help you guys. I have flown around the world and all over the United States and for years. And I've experienced everything you can possibly imagine nearly. And I am here to share my experience and how to help you not go through what I've been through. Are you ready? Here we go. All right, guys, this video is gonna be super quick, filled with detailed information though to help you avoid cancellations, or if you get canceled on your flight, how to best handle it so you can get back going where you're headed and avoid as much pain as possible. So tip number one is book directly with the airline. You do not want to book with a third party like Travelocity, Expedia, Priceline, all the ones out there, Hopper. You don't want to book with them or Google. Use them to find good prices, but go directly to the airline, buy directly from the airline. This will ensure that they have the power to help you. I used to book through third parties because I found them like $20 cheaper, $50 cheaper, maybe a lot cheaper. But then something would happen, like a cancellation. I would miss my flight in a connection or something weather related, and I would be screwed because what would happen is the airlines don't have any power at that point. You have to go back to where you bought it, and they usually have really strict rules, and they're hard to get a hold of and they're hard to deal with. But if you book directly with the airline, you can go right there to them. You can go to their customer service desk. You can call them. They have the power right there to put you on another flight. They can even move you to another airline if necessary and get you going to your destination. You just got to be super nice, be courteous, don't yell at them, don't be frustrated. They've had a hard day. They're going to do everything they can to help you if you just be patient and ask them, because they're there and they're willing to help you unless you get a little testy as we tend to do. You know, I've seen it both ways and I've tried it both ways. I've been very aggressive and I've been very kind, and it always is better to be kind. They are having a hard day too if you're having a hard day, because you're not the only one that got canceled on. Hundreds of people got canceled on. They're all mad at them because they're the face of the company. They're the ones that are having to take the brunt of it. Tip number two is going to be, if you do get canceled or you miss your connection, go right to the customer service desk. Don't go to the gate. The gate has a lot of power, but ask the gate where the customer service desk is. It's usually close to you. If you're just like a few gates away or something, go to the customer desk. They have more power than anybody to make sure you get on another flight, if there is another flight, or get on another airline if they have a flight, all that stuff. So never call first. If you're at the airport, you've missed your flight, or they canceled or delayed you or whatever, go find the customer service desk. I promise you, they will be able to help you and solve your problem. As long as you're nice, they will be able to help you quickly. Tip number three, if you're on the plane, this is kind of a bonus tip, and you're flying through the air and you're sitting there and you're like, my connection is in 20 minutes and we are still 30 minutes to touchdown. What am I gonna do? Don't panic. The worst thing you can do is build all your thing up and get all like, oh my goodness. I've seen people do this so much. They're up, the flight attendants have to say, hey, stay seated. You land, you get to the gate, they're running up the aisle like they're the only person on the plane that's missing their flight. Just be calm. I'm not saying just sit there and wait for everybody to unload, but be calm, unload. Most of the time that this has happened to me and some people I know, most of the time, like I would say 95% of the time, that other flight is delayed as well, or they've already booked you on another flight. So when you get off and get internet, you're gonna get either an update on that your flight is delayed, and so you're gonna make it just fine, or that they've already rebooked you onto another flight. It's really simple. And then if they've rebooked you and you're not happy with it, go to the customer service desk, like in tip number 2, and deal with it directly with them very calmly, peacefully, nicely. They are there to help you, and they can do a lot of things. They're very powerful if they want to. So you gotta be nice. Be nice. But don't panic and get all mad. And I've seen people yelling at people and be like, I've got to go. I've got to be first off the plane. I'm gonna miss it. Even if it's an emergency, just know that there is nothing in your power to change what's gonna happen. So the best thing to do is just be urgent, but be polite, be calm, and don't let your emotions just build up and get you all wound up, because that's not gonna help you. It's not gonna help you with the situation. You're gonna go to customer service with that, all that energy, and they're gonna feel that, and they're gonna be like, this person crazy, I'm not gonna help them. They've had a hard day too, so just think about that, because the best thing to do is just know, hey, it's all gonna work out. I'm either gonna get on that flight or I'm not. And I'm gonna get on another flight or I'm gonna get on another flight. But I'm gonna get there. And if for any reason it's like late at night, which I've had happen to me, and there's not another flight, most of the time they will put you in a hotel, or you can go get a hotel, get up, do the next flight and the next day, and write them a letter on Twitter or snail mail, like send a letter in the mail, or call them or something, and they usually will help you or give you a voucher or give you credit or something. It just all will work out. Okay, so I know it's extra frustration, but this is what you're taking on when you book a flight. Now here's tip number 4. The surefire way to make sure you don't get canceled on, don't get stuck, is to book non-stop flights. Look and search for a flight that's going from your city to another city that's nonstop. If it's 5 in the morning and you hate to get up early like me and you hate early flights, I promise you it'll be worth that pain to go nonstop to your destination than to get stuck in the middle for a day or hours or sometimes even 2 days, having to fly out the next day. It's worth it to just find that nonstop flight. A nonstop flight, the minute you're on that flight and it takes off, you are sure to get to your destination. Now, there may be some delays in the air. There may be a bumpy ride. They may have to circle a little bit because of a storm, but you are going to land 99% of the time in the city you're going to. Very, very rarely, probably less than 0.001% of the time do they have to divert to another city because of a storm or because of something else, like an emergency or something. I promise you, this is the surefire way to almost guarantee you're going to get there. Now, can it still get canceled? Yes, but most of the time, they're going to move you to another plane. They're going to adjust the gate. They're going to just all that stuff. That leads me to tip number 5. You need your boarding pass on your phone. American Airlines, Delta, United, all of them, even the low budget carriers like Spirit, Frontier, Allegiant, Southwest, everybody has an app. And when you have your boarding pass and you're checked in, you can refresh that as many times as you want. So if always, like when I'm going through security, I'm staying in line, I'm just checking, is it on time, is it delayed? They'll also usually text you if you opted for that and email you. But you can check and see, because what's happened to me is they have had a cancellation or delay from another airline, another plane coming in. And so they moved me to another plane and they changed the gate. And before I knew all this, I would go to the gate because I looked at it the day before when I checked in. I'd go to gate 20 and it was actually gate 50, way, way down the road, So just check it and then you'll know where you're going. Now that doesn't mean they're not going to move it again. I've been moved 3 or 4 times before during one flight to 4 different gates. But you just keep checking it and you go to that gate, you're going to get on that plane, you're going to take off. It's just sometimes they have to move things around so that you can go. So you can go flying up in the air. Anyways, those are my tips. I know this is supposed to be a really quick video, but I just want to help you guys not have these problems and not have anxiety and not let that emotion build up in you. Put your headphones on, listen to music, watch some TV, and don't be passé about it. Get off the plane, but get off the plane orderly and go find your gate and see if you made it. And if you didn't, it will work out. You will get on another plane. But the tip number 1 is the key. Book direct. And then tip number 4, fly nonstop. And everything else, all the other tips come in to play to make sure that you are almost guaranteed a great trip. Now, I have flown many times, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week, and the cancellations are at an all-time high right now. Things are crazy because they decided to make people get vaccines that didn't work, and they're still trying to make them get them, even though we know that even they don't work. I know people that boosted to the hilt, they get sick, they do nothing. Everybody I know that went out and got jabbed and got boosted 4 or 5 times has had COVID, had it bad, and survived. And then they had a lot of people retire, and they fired a lot of people during COVID, believe it or not. And so it's all coming back to reckoning. You can't shut the country down and not have any effect. They tried to throw money at it, but it's just not possible. You shut the whole world down and our country down for almost a year and a half. There's gonna be a rolling effect from that. We're seeing it, we're feeling it in every way. But that doesn't mean we can't travel, we can't fly. If you want to go on a trip for vacation or business or personal, you still gotta do that, you still wanna do that. These are just tips to help you avoid the headache, the pain, and the fear. Oh, my flight got canceled. What am I gonna do? This is how it works. You will get on another flight. They will take care of you. And unless it's your fault, like you arrived late and then you just left and decided you would call them later, never want to do that. If you do get there late, they shut the door, talk to the gate, say, hey, I'm really sorry. Is there anything you can do for me? Please help me. They will book you for free normally on another flight, unless you're rude and mean, and you want to make sure you have a boarding pass in your hand and on your phone. If you don't, no matter what they say, you have not been booked on another flight. That's a little bonus there for you. I love seeing your beautiful faces. Thank you for being part of Zachus, and I hope this blesses your life and helps you have an amazing flight, an amazing trip. Hit that subscribe button if you're not a subscriber. It's free to do so. Cancel at any time. Come on, become part of the Zachus Nation. You'll get notified first when I put up videos like this. And I'm just so excited that you're gonna have an amazing flight, an amazing trip. I will catch you in the next Zachus travel video and the next Zachus video. Peace.